Stop the music. Hey, knock it off. Stop it. Hello everybody. This is not an episode of the Game Tea podcast. This is more of an explanation as to why you will not be receiving an episode this week. And if you've read the title of this episode and if you know what's going on in the world, I'm sure it's fairly clear why. We have all had to make some sacrifices in light of what's been going on in the world lately with this whole coronavirus thing. And unfortunately for us, that sacrifice is postponing the podcast for just a week. Czar was a little sick the other day and had a little bit of a scare. Turns out it was just a head cold, but when you're next to somebody for a while and then they kind of explain to you that they're starting to show symptoms of this virus that everyone's so worried about, it just makes you start to think. Luckily, he's okay and nothing really came of it. But we decided that it's best this week just to kind of postpone the show, and we are just terribly sorry about that. Especially since there has been some incredible news coming out lately in the gaming industry, and we plan to talk about all of it on Monday. We currently do the show in my studio, which Zach and Czar just come over to my place and we just film the show all together. Right now we're looking for a way to be able to have everybody just kind of film their own voice in their own humble abodes and then find a way for me to just edit it here. And we've got a few solutions, so it shouldn't be too hard to do. Instead of your normal episode of the Game Tea podcast, we just wanted to take a moment to thank you all so much for listening in the first place. We just celebrated the mark for 100 total listens on the episodes we've had so far. And we've already gone above 200, even from that point. So we've just been having the greatest time making this podcast. It's been a lot of fun to do. It's been a lot of fun to edit. It's been a lot of fun to keep up with things that are going on in the gaming industry. And most of all, it's been fun having that interaction with our audience and hearing that they really like what we're doing. The feeling that you get when you've created something and you hear that people really enjoy it, there's not a feeling like it. So thank you all so much for taking the time to listen to the Game Tea podcast. It was, having an idea in your head and then actually seeing it all come into fruition, it's an amazing feeling. So I just wanted to kind of put this out there and let you know that this week we will not be having an episode of the Game Tea podcast, but you can expect one for Monday, even if we have to figure out a different way to record ourselves in order to do it, because we love doing this, and we want to make sure that for, the small following that we do have at this point, we can put some content out there, because let's be honest, if there's any point you need content to be able to consume, it's at this point where most of us are trapped in our homes anyway. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for listening to the Game Tea podcast, and we will be back on Monday. Thank you so much.